Hello viewers and welcome to part 2 of this 2023 Ford F150 custom subwoofer upgrade. In this episode we're going to be covering the amplifier rack wiring as well as a complete system tuning.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
The customer wanted to see how the box looks like, so we hook up our battery and he is pretty happy with it. That's good. That's the objective of the whole thing. You want to make sure that your customer gets what he wants. So here we have all the parts for the install. Bass processor, amplifier rack, amplifier itself. These are the two subwoofers that are in the enclosure right now. Audio harness to tap our signal. Here we have our bass control knob. We're going to go ahead now and build our amplifier rack here. First of all, let's go ahead and figure out our layout, okay? So here's our amplifier. I'm thinking the amp is going to go somewhere up there like that. And the line output converter. Okay, we have the RCA out here. So if we have it this way, the RCAs are going to come right away like this. Or if we put it this way, if the power is coming from this side, it's actually best to have our block distribution on this side instead. Or we can also do it like this and go straight up. So say we're doing it like this, the RCAs are going to come straight like this, and our high level input is going to come over here. Now the power is going to have to run across like this on the amplifier rack. So this is going to be our final amp rack layout. So now let's get to work.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And fuck all their doubters, they're just young downers. I swear to God they all...
Alright folks, so our amplifier rack is pretty much done here. We have our distribution block waiting for the power coming in. Two fuses, one feeding the amplifier, the second one feeding the LC2i. The remote out of the LC2i is going to power our amp. Now on the other side we have the speaker out, subwoofer out, coming up here and going down. The output of the LC2i going to the input of the amp. Now we do have those two resistors here. These are 10 ohm, 10 watt each, so a total of 20 ohm. And this is going to be in line with our LED power supply. We do not want the LED to be too bright, so we're going to reduce the voltage through these resistors. And as you can see, all the connections are made and coming down here. So that's the harness going to the subwoofer. Up there we have the subwoofer input and then the LEDs. We're going to remove this terminal and just make these connections on the speed wire going to the rear, so we can just plug it in there once the amplifier rack is in the truck, okay? In the truck here, as you guys can see, this is how far Romeo got. We have power wire is ran over there. It's coming all the way here, waiting for the amp rack. Our ground is here. He picked the ground on this location here. This was looking exactly like this one here, so we pretty much just used one of them here to make our ground. okay. And the speed wire The speed wire is up here. So we're gonna go ahead and make the termination on this connector, so we can just plug it into the amplifier once it's in. Also, the bass knob is here. Romial already made all the connections at the front here. So what Romial did here at the front is he did remove all the center console along with the screen to install our T-harness. So we have the Metra T-harness behind the radio here. The speed wire is connected off of the T-harness going over to the back of the truck, where we're gonna have to connect our high-level input. So that was one of the things that he did over here. And then down here he also installed our bass knob, as you can see there. Okay, so let's see in the hood. Okay, over here at the battery, this is the fuse holder bracket that Romial built. It's pretty sturdy there. It's bolted on the frame down there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a bolt down there. He held it on the frame with 2 bolts. So our power goes through the 100 amp fuse there, and it's just waiting for the connections here to be done once the amplifier rack is going to be installed. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and connect our high-level input, the LC2i high-level input connector right here. So we're going to connect it on this speed wire there. So once the amp rack is in, we're just going to plug it in there. Okay, and over here on the bench, obviously we have our subwoofer box, which is just waiting for everything to be completed. On here, this is our amp rack, which is pretty much done as well. We're gonna take it in the truck right now. Okay, so let's do that.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me.
Installation is done. Now it's time to go ahead and start our tuning session here. This connector that you see hanging there is for the LEDs. So we're going to hook it up when we're done with the tuning session. It's just the LEDs. So of course our tuning session is going to start at our high level input. We're going to check that signal and see what we get. Alright, so we have our test station fired up here and ready to go. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hook this up and then we'll start from there. First thing first, we're gonna go ahead and check the signal that we're getting on our front speaker, because we did tap our subwoofer input from the front speaker. Let me so I'm looking for the pink noise, guys. Okay, lab grade pink noise. Okay, I'm gonna let it play. Right now we have our test station connected to the input of our LOC. There we go. So that's the RTA input. So let me play it here and see what frequencies are passing through there. So let's go ahead and play this thing. There we go. And there we are, guys. So we pretty much have a full spectrum on those front door speakers. As you can see here, it goes all the way from 31. So that's good enough for us, guys. Okay. So now that our spectrum is good, it's a check. We're gonna leave our connection on there, and we're gonna go ahead here and move the signal to the scope meter. We want to visualize that signal to see where the head unit start clipping here. Okay. So take this out. This is my RTA. So now I'm going to move it over here to the scope meter. Okay. So I'm going to plug it in there. There we go. And there. All right. So just like that, we just move our signal from the RTA over to the scope meter. And now we're gonna go ahead and play our 50 hertz test tone, and we'll see what we get. So let's look for our 50 hertz test tone first. Okay, this is 50 hertz at -5 dB. So we're gonna let it play. Okay. All right, so let's enable our signal here, and there we go. So far the signal is still clean, and our volume is sitting at what is this, 22 now. We're gonna go back and forth. 22 is clean. Move on to 24. We're still clean. Keep going. 27. Okay, at 27 there, guys, as you guys can see, we started clipping. So I'm gonna start backing down. 26. We're still clipping. One more step down. 25. Still clipping. 24. 24 is clean. So now if you want to see here what voltage this is, so this is at 8.7 volt. All right, already. So one more step complete. Next step, now we're gonna hook up that high level input and then check the output of our LOC. So I'm gonna pause this. There we go. So this step is done. Now I'm gonna disconnect and hook it back in here. Okay, so I can't do that with one hand, guys, so I'm gonna drop the phone first and connect my high level input. And there we have our high level input connected to the LC2i. So let's go ahead and connect our test station to the output of our LC2i. Okay, so let me grab my I'm gonna grab my RCA cable here. That's my RCA cable. Let's take it out of there. Come on. Okay, we're gonna need an adapter on this end. So I should have my adapter up here. Here's my adapter. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna hook up the adapter to this end here. I'm gonna hook up my adapter on there, so I can connect it on that output. Okay. All right. So just gonna disconnect this guy here. I can also disconnect it over here, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna disconnect it up here. Okay. And connect it up and hook it up to this guy. There we go. Okay, so on this end I'm gonna hook it up to my scope meter. I'm gonna disconnect this guy. Okay, so disconnect this guy and hook this up right there. There we go. So just like that, we have our LC2i output connected to the scope meter. All right, so let's go ahead and put our tester on and see what we get this time. Here we go. Okay. All right, so I just noticed it over here. I was actually using my main output instead of using the bass output. You want the bass output because that's where you're gonna get the effect of your AccuBASS, okay guys? So don't use the main output. I'm pretty sure some of you were watching and just yelling at the screens like, come on dude, what are you doing? So for those of you that were yelling on the screen, I got you, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start over with the tuning of the output of this LOC. So let's play our test tone again. Here we are. That's our max volume 24, as we found out before. And our waveform is clean. I'm gonna get closer, but I just wanted to show you guys. Again, that's our volume 24. Our AccuBASS kicked in on the LOC. We have no clipping, and the waveform is clean. So let's get closer and check that out. That's our waveform, okay? So we have a clean waveform, and as you can see here, the output of our LC2i is at 4.61 volts. And there she is. Our AccuBASS kicked in, no clipping, okay? Alrighty. I set my AccuBASS at volume 16 because that's where I figured that the bass was kind of dropping. We have some songs that we know exactly how they play, so you put it on and you start increasing the volume until you notice where the bass start dropping, and that's where you want your AccuBASS to kick in. And on this head unit, after volume 17, we notice that that's where we want our AccuBASS to kick in. And I'm just going to demonstrate that to you guys. As you guys can see there, the LC2i AccuBASS is not on, okay? And over here we are at volume 16, okay? Again, AccuBASS is not on. I'm going to go up to 17, volume 17. Our AccuBASS is still not on. It should kick on right after this because that's where it's set. So I'm going to go up to 17. Sorry, at 18. And as you can see there, AccuBASS just kick in, okay? So that's where our AccuBASS is gonna start taking effect. All right guys, okay, so now the output of the LC2i is done. The tuning is done at the output of the LC2i, so we're gonna go ahead now and set our gain on the amp, okay? So let's do that guys. Let's go ahead and reconnect the output of our LC2i to the amplifier. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and connect our test station to the output of the amplifier guys. We did not terminate the output yet, but we will do that. It's running like that and come over to the output over here. So we made this connection and it's going over to the channel 2 of the scope meter. We're using channel 2 here because the way we have our test station set up here, channel 1 is going to measure lower voltages and channel 2 is going to measure higher voltages. So our subwoofer that is sitting on the desk there, it's a 2 ohm load, okay? It's 400 watt each of the two subwoofer. Impedance is 2 ohm overall, okay? So we are expecting 40 volt out of this thing. All right, so obviously this is a 1000 watt amplifier. It can get you more than what you need on this scenario, so we want to make sure we let only 40 volt out of it, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and put our test station again. I just tuned it. I just want to show you guys. So here we are. We playing the same test tone at our same max volume 24. I just finished adjusting the settings here, and as you can see, we have a clean waveform. If you see here, the frequency we're playing now is at 50 hertz, and we're getting our 40 volt, which is what we expected. So that's a good tuning session. We are pretty much done with this tuning session, guys. Now, on a quick note here, guys, our battery maintainer remains connected at all times during our tuning session. This is going to ensure that we're getting accurate measurement throughout the process. The subwoofer is going in the truck now.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And fuck all the doubters, they're just fucking downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.